alone in my room, time after time. All I've got left is my will to survive, but I've got the fire burning inside, and I've waited so long for this moment in time. I'm gonna change, you wait and see. I'm gonna be the best I can be. I'll be much better than everybody, 'cause this time it's all about me. You can dream when you sleep, you can sleep when you're dead. The bitch is hungry and she needs to be fed. I'm not gonna have sand kicked in my face anymore till the day that I die. Show me the way, show me a sign, show me that this time it's my turn to shine. I'm gonna be so much better than you, 'cause this time it's all about me.
About me, it's all about me. Not you, it's all about me. Fuck you, 'cause it's all about me.
Early to bed, early to rise. Could I have a salad instead of the fries? The odds are against me, but what the hell? I'm gonna start standing up for myself. I'm gonna change, you wait and see. I'm gonna be the best I can be. I'll be much better than everybody, 'cause this time it's all about me.
Translates to lost bread. And then later in the 16th century, Henry V.
Allez, c'est parti. Tout d'abord, comme il s'agit de pain perdu cuit au feu, nous allons préchauffer le four à 400
The high school and college students who are experimenting with LSD will be running many of our institutions and guiding public policy.
Now the communists are killing your sons in South Vietnam.
Sometimes even torture.
I said there was communism
Or
on
even
college
execution.
campuses. Now the liberals are admitting that there's communism on college
College
campuses.
students who are using LSD and marijuana today do not comprise a criminal class. They are not drug addicts.
Reply to teacher Gabe was, well, the student knows that tomorrow we may lose his head in Vietnam or by an atomic bomb. He's not too concerned about the possibility of damaging a few brain cells with a trip on
They're
LSD.
your best educated, your most creative, and your most courageous young people.
Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask
And like it or not, they're going to build you a new civilization.
And you can see that it's absorbing it quite well here.
Holy guacamole, holy guacamole. I just got hit by a car, and you're the one who swept me off my feet, pushed me in the street, left me in a coma. Guacamole me, guacamole you. I just got busted for drugs, and you're the one who sold me to the Fed, leaving me for dead, played me for a fool. Making guacamole, mix it in the bowlie. I just got mauled by a bear, and you're the one who covered me with honey. Thought it was so funny. How could you be so cruel? Take it. That's good. Captain Guacamole, Officer Stromboli, I just got shot in the face, and you're the one who had the smoking gun. Love is just no fun whenever I'm with you. Guacamole coma, Yuma, Arizona, I just got hepatitis C, and you were standing there with a syringe. How it makes me cringe, breaks my heart in two. Holy guacamole, lumpy, green and rolly, baby, I wouldn't change a thing. 'Cause even though I'm down upon my luck, I don't give a fuck, long as I have you.
Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3, check. Checking the test. Testing the check, I'm sorry. Check. Help. 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 Help me. Check. Help. Help. Whew. You can do this. You've done it so many times before. This is what you have to do. For you to not do it would be a sin against God. You are the best cooking explainer in the world. Hello everybody and welcome to Henry's Kitchen, where today we're going to be getting healthy. And I'm going to be teaching you how to make a smoothie, and a very healthy smoothie at that. So I hope you're getting your coffee ready. Smoothies are actually much more difficult than one would often think. I have never actually made a smoothie before that I remember, but I will say it's extremely difficult.
Okay.
Thanks, M. Cariotti. I'm trying to get healthy, and I think wearing a headband is one of the ways to do that. I'm not sure what it does. Does it keep the sweat? Computer, volume 10. Computer, explain to me the use of a headband.
Here is an answer from an Alexa Answers contributor that I translated. A headband wraps a person's head from the forehead to the back to protect him from the cold or to keep sweat away from the eyes.
Okay. No one wants sweat in their eyes, especially if you're driving, or maybe if you're in a job interview or a meeting or whatever, and that's why wearing one of these things will keep that sweat from getting into your eyes. The last thing you want to do is be at a funeral, for example, and have sweat getting into your eyes, and then people think you're crying or something. Ditchin' Hat says, were you in a car accident, Henry? No, I was not. But I do think that wearing a headband is certainly protection against that. Okay. Check in on some of our alerts here. It looks like our friend Game Master Flash has resubscribed at the Tier 3 level. Very generous of you, Game Master Flash, for 32 months. I'm sorry, my cat roast beef is distracting me a little bit, so if I seem a little off-put, it's because I'm distracted. Playtime is over, Game Master Flash says. It's time to get back to the kitchen, Henry. I hate it, and so do you. Let's just get it done, I guess. Yeah. I always like to say that if you can't cook, then you can't eat. And if you can't eat, then you don't eat. And if you don't eat, you die. It sounds blunt. It sounds cruel. It's probably not something that you're going to say to children at a birthday party or something like that. But it's the cold-hearted truth, and people need to hear it, and they need to know it. They need to say it to themselves over and over again as a mantra, every day, every night. When you're at the supermarket, when you're at the Jiffy Lube, the DMV, funeral, a circumcision or whatever, you need to be saying that constantly. Bert Bufftug says 12 months of Henry's Kitchen on Twitch and 14 years on YouTube. I guess you could say things are getting pretty serious and we're going steady. Thanks, Bert Bufftug. I'm happy to be going steady with Bert Bufftug here. And by steady, I mean 14 years straight. As it were, in 12 months of Henry's Kitchen on Twitch. Hey, listen, it's been 14 years, so that means that as of this month, 14 years ago, I'll never forget, I had uploaded my first video, French, oven-baked French toast, and it went semi-viral. Literally every single one of my friends at the time had viewed it. And so there were like 3 views or so, including my neighbor. And then the next one that I put up was Chili for One, and then that went into the stratosphere. And I'll never forget being at a wedding. And, you know, weddings obviously are a very difficult time for people who aren't involved in the wedding because you have to wait a long time, especially if it's in the summertime and it's hot. So I went out to check my cell phone and have a cigarette during the wedding. I think it was during that part where they say the vows or whatever. And I checked my cell phone and noticed that my video was going viral. And I was so excited about that, I don't even remember whether I went back in to watch the rest of the wedding. Borsenvin says the trick to weddings is alcohol. Yeah, the only problem there is a lot of the weddings that I get invited to, you have to pay. Okay. So thanks, Bert Bufftug, Borsenvin. Borsenvin resubscribed at the Tier 3 level for 35 months. Thank you so much, Borsenvin. That's extremely generous of you, and I'm glad to see you on here. And you're, of course, on the board. And my cat roast beef is having a little bit of a disorientation moment, but he's healthy. He's 20 years old. It's a little concerning to me that a lot of times when you read about cats, they say sometimes cats can live to be up to 20 years old. I hope he's around a lot longer. He actually looks pretty healthy. It looks like he's headed out toward his new space. Let me see if I can show you that. And by that, I don't mean cat heaven. Yeah, here he goes. So he's got a stroller that he likes a lot now. And if we watch, he should be getting into the stroller. The stroller is there on the right in front of the dresser. And there's a pillow for optimal landing pad because it'll hurt his little feet. It's a very handy-capable situation. Right now, he's just sort of scoping it out, the situation, and making sure that it's accessible. And there he goes. He's in his stroller. And what's great about that is that I can close that stroller, zip it up, and I can put him on the patio or something. I can take him anywhere I want once he's in there. It's a little bit like a trap. But there's no bait. The only bait in there is his natural will to sleep in a secluded space. Anyway, hey, I would love to sit here and watch my cat's ass for hours. And I do. But right now we have a lot of work to do. So maybe we'll get started. Well, why don't we start with a song? Hey, I want to thank... I think this was Michelle C. who gave us this cool background. Yeah, Michelle C. was in San Francisco, I believe, and you went to a Japanese garden. This is incredible. This is absolutely beautiful. I feel so at peace, and it's just perfect for my sort of health thing that I'm getting into, because Japanese gardens are healing. We have one here in Southern California at the Huntington Gallery and Huntington Library and Botanical Gardens. It's very beautiful. Thanks for sending this, Michelle C. We've got kind of a rocker song that I'm going to do here. Unfortunately, by the way, I want to thank everybody for joining us for the all music stream on Sunday. That was a blast. I had a lot of fun. I wasn't able, because I was so sick of music, I wasn't able to get to some of your requests this week, but I'm going to do songs that are about the summer, because we're right in the thick of it, and it's not going to be here forever. So I figured let's do some summer songs. And here, Lisi sends us this picture. Most of Lisi's pictures come to us from the American Midwest, somewhere near the Chicago or Indiana area. I'm not sure specifically where this is, but it's going to be a beautiful picture for our background for a summer song. Let's turn on the reverb. Check. Testing the mic, 1, 2, 2. Check. This song, no one requested, nobody wanted really, but I'm gonna do it. It's a song that the Beach Boys covered. I think it was a Dean Martin song, and it's beautiful, and it's on my 30 Years of Good Vibrations Beach Boys compilation album, which has all kinds of amazing stuff on it. I'm gonna try to do this from memory, having heard the song, but I don't really know that I've ever tried to play it. The boat rides we would take, the moonlight on the lake, the way we danced and hummed our favorite song. The things we did last summer, I'll remember all winter long. The midway and the fun, the Cupid doll I won, the bell I rang to prove that I was strong. The things we did last summer, early morning hike, the rented tandem bike, the lunches that we used to pack. We never could really explain that sudden summer rain and the strange shadowy figures that came out from behind the bushes. The leaves began to fade, just like the promises that we made. And remember the looks we got when we took off every stitch of our clothing and danced in the middle of the intersection while the world wept. How could a love that seemed so right go so wrong? The things we did last summer, I'll remember all winter long. Oh, I guess it was a key change in there. Sorry about that. That was terrible. Borsenvin says, what a beautiful rendition. Thank you so much, Borsenvin. I improvised some of the lyrics there. Bert Bufftug says, Mrs. Bufftug and I are going tomorrow to Kent for 4 days on Lake Superior on the North Shore with some friends. I'm very excited. Wow, that sounds great. Safe travels to you. Everyone type Foursome wants to know, can cereal be considered as a soup? Excellent question. My gut says yes, because it's basically a, if you look at the liquid, cereal is a lot of times water or milk. In the case of oatmeal, it's water. Milk is sort of like a stock of some sort. M. Cariotti says maybe a consume. Borsenvin says consommé. That must be the French word for it. Computer, is cereal a soup?
According to an Alexa Answers contributor, no, cereal is not a soup. While it qualifies as a liquid food when eaten with milk, and it does contain pieces of solid food, it doesn't contain meat, fish, or vegetable stock.
Okay, so one of the defining characteristics of a soup would be some type of stock. There you go. Okay, everybody, enough pussy farting around here. I think it's time to rock. I'm gonna take, let's see here. We're gonna do a different image. Thanks, Lacey, for sending us this cool picture. Here's one that comes to us from Slashnox. I like that. That's kind of a fun one. Captain Callis says, oh man, I think I just shit myself. Okay. Saguaro U says, can I get that at the stock market? Slashnox says, that didn't turn out as I expected, Henry. Oh, Saguaro U, you're talking about vegetable or chicken stock. No, those are not, that's not what the stock market means. I think the stock market is when you trade securities or whatever. But buying vegetable stock, you should be able to do at any market. Okay, Slashnox says, except for the stock market, I guess. That was confusing. Slashnox says, that didn't turn out as I expected. So were you saying that you are in danger, or is this a band? Either way, I don't know if it's appropriate, because I think some people on Twitch might think that I really am in danger, and I am kind of. We all are in a way. Oh, here, Fat Honger sends us this cool pic of one of my favorite towns, San Francisco. This is the Fillmore in San Francisco. I guess this is Geary Street. What an incredible time. times that I've had in San Francisco. I remember just going up there and working at the Punchline in San Francisco. We used to go to a bar called Zeke's or Zeki's or something like that, and it was just great. We would drive everywhere before Uber. Burt Bufftug, some people say that San Francisco is the San Francisco tree. I guess they would. I've never heard anybody say that, but I guess they could. M. Cariotti says, really good dim sum there. Yeah, there's really good dim sometimes. Boner of a Lonely Fart says, Neil Hamburger's Stomping Grounds. Oh yeah, Stomping Grounds. Well, if I'm not mistaken, I think he's a California guy. Maybe Central Valley. But I could see him loving San Francisco. I hung out with him in Tucson, Arizona once, about 12 years ago. Fondue Yourself says, yes, but with milk too. I make creamy chicken soup starting with bechamel. It's really kind of interesting how these conversations just sort of interweave. So sometimes I'll respond to something that happened a couple minutes ago, and then you get this sort of non sequitur effect, which I kind of like. Parasitosis says, little late, please tell me this whole stream is an encore to the music stream. In a way, every stream is an encore to whatever the previous stream was. But no, I'm going to do a couple of songs, but they're going to be song related, summer related, like the one that I just did from Dean Martin / the Beach Boys. But I think it's time to do something a little more rockin'. Hey, I'm going to use Fat Hunger's background pick here. Let's go ahead and do that right now. Okay, Summer in the City, chords by the Lovin' Spoonful. I don't remember, and maybe it's Kate if you happen to be there, and if you're not, no problem, but you're really good at this. Or can someone find out who requested the song Summer in the City in the Discord? I don't know how to do it. Every time I search for the song name, I get all kinds of weird results. So, you know, if you happen to be able to do that in an easy way, we can give credit, because I like to give credit. Okay, so here we go. This is a great... Oh, Blurry Little Quest. Okay, thanks, Blurry Little Quest, whom I haven't seen in a little bit. But Blurry Little Quest is one of our, I believe, one of our VIPs. I sometimes lose track because we've had this this sort of policy where I sort of feel it, and then okay, Thitchin Hat says we miss Blurry and Kairosa. Well, I hope they're okay, and I hope that they're... Everyone type Force and says I miss Blurry and Kairosa. Kairosa is my friend. Okay, well, hopefully they'll come back at some point. But Blurry Little Quest sent us the request for this song, which was by the Lovin' Spoonful, and I'm going to do the best that I can. It's a little hard. It's got a tricky rhythm. But okay, are you there? Can you hear me? Check. Help. Perfect background pick for this. Thanks, Fat Hunger, for giving us this picture of San Francisco for this. Hot town, summer in the city, back of my neck getting dirty and gritty. Been down, isn't it a pity? Doesn't seem to be a shadow in the city. All around, people looking half dead, walking on the sidewalk, hotter than a match head. But at night it's a different world. Go out and find a girl. Come on and dance all night. Despite the heat, it'll be alright. And babe, don't you know it's a pity that the days can't be like the nights in the summer, in the city, in the summer, in the city. Cool town, evening in the city, dressed so fine and looking so pretty. Cool cat, looking for a kitty. Looking for a kitty, oh no. I hate to think that there's a little kitty running around in the city like that, and with all these people with sweaty necks. Gonna look in the corner of every city till I'm whizzing like a bus stop, running up the stairs. Gonna meet you on the rooftop. We got a kitty. That's not an interesting picture. But at night it's a different world. Go out and find a girl. Come on and dance all night. Despite the heat, it'll be alright. And babe, don't you know it's a pity, and the days can't be like the nights in the summer, in the city, in the summer, in the city. Break it down. Baby, I'm gonna leave you. Same chord. Okay. Hot town, summer in the city. The back of my neck's getting dirty and gritty. Now, why does he have to talk about that? That's a little off-putting. You don't have to go into every detail of what happens when you're in a hot summer city. Hot town, summer in the city. Sweaty, sticky thighs sticking together and causing a rash because of all the moisture. Been down, isn't it a pity? Doesn't seem to be a shadow in the city. All around, people looking half dead, walking around the sidewalk hotter than a match head. But at night it's a different world. Go out and find a girl. Come on and dance all night. Despite the heat, it'll be alright. Baby, don't you know it's a pity? And baby, have you seen my kitty? Baby, days can't be like the nights in the summer, in the city, in the summer, in the city, in the summer. Okay. Orlando Trustful says, hey, Henry and chat. I just got back from the Comedy Mothership. Oh yeah, that's the big comedy club in Austin, Texas. I was frisked by Navy SEALs, really, on my way in. I guess security is a big concern. I heard terrible comedy. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. And then I saw people urinating in the street on my way out. How are you all doing? So the urinating in the street, was that maybe a bit that someone was doing? Because I have known comics who've done funny stuff like that. But yeah, I guess it sounds like you had a good time. I can't tell. Slash Knock says, who is your favorite comedian? Henlips 1. That's a tough one. The name that comes to mind right away immediately is Gary Shandling. And I guess there must be something to that, just because of the fact that that name came right to me. Some of my favorites living, well, I'd have to say Todd Glass always kills me. Joe List, David Tell, of course. There's quite a few. But Gary Shandling, to me, not only was an incredibly funny stand-up comic, but he did so much great narrative stuff, you know. The Larry Sanders Show was great, and if you go to YouTube and see things that he did, like the fake, the satirical talk show anniversary that he did with Paul Wilson, and it's incredibly funny. Windhuffer said Judd Apatow's doc on him was really cool. Yeah, I didn't get to meet him, but I did get to stand around in a circle with people where he was in that same circle. So I kind of like to say we're best friends. Borsenvin says Seinfeld did an homage doc on Shandling. It's really good. Oh, I'll have to check that out too. Calicus says, thank you, Henlips1, for singing The Summer and the Music stream. Loved it. Oh yeah. Thanks, Calicus. Thanks for introducing us to that cool song. We've done it a few times, but if you get a chance, call up the song. Josh Pike is the artist, and it's called The Summer, and it's just a beautiful song. And then watch Rick Astley's version of Everlong. The whole time I thought I was going to get rickrolled, but I wasn't. He sang a beautiful version of that song, and I kind of used his version to model my version off of. Caffeinated Cat says, Henry, your headband reminds the office of Johnny from the Karate Kid, Cobra Kai. Oh yeah. Well, I should have worn my my rock jersey. I have one jersey that actually Johnny wore. It's from a band called Zebra. But I think it's time to put the guitar away here. We got a lot of work to do. You're right, NY Carl. It's a great cover. Caffeinated Kath watches us from the office. Thanks so much, Caffeinated Kath. Hope you guys are having your coffee. As a matter of fact, I think I'm gonna pour myself a little coffee right now. I don't have much left. Anybody who knows me, wow, I have very little coffee here. That sucks. Fuck. Oh boy, I might have to make coffee. I had run out of coffee, and so I found this way deep in the cupboard. It's Kurikaveci Mehmet Efendi Turkish coffee, and I thought it was gonna be weird or suck. It's extremely fine grind, but you know what? It's delicious. Maybe I like Turkish coffee. Sorry, I have to blow my nose now. I think I'm allergic to my coffee mug, which is very unfortunate because every time I have a sip of coffee, I feel like I have to sneeze. Okay, everybody, let's go ahead and move on. What else do we got here? We have some really great background photos. Mochi sent us a really cool one. Mochi, I'm gonna keep this in mind for when we do epic rock songs here on the stream. I'm gonna absolutely do, you know what, let's go ahead and do a song because this background is so cool. I just wanna scroll through because we had some other ones too. It's Kate gave us a great one, and Saguaro Ooh gave us this one. Look at that, HK. So maybe I'll switch halfway through and we'll do some arena rock songs. Or we'll do one. This one I was almost gonna do on the stream, but I just kind of didn't have time or didn't feel it. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, the singer for this band actually does wear a headband. How do we find this? Definitely need a pick. This is from the band Loverboy. I think the singer's name is Mike Reno, and I think he wears a headband, so it's gonna sort of be very appropriate. Here we go. We've got reverb, right? So we're feeling good on that. Okay. You can hear me and you can see me, right? I haven't been just talking to myself this whole time because that would be very disappointing. Okay, here we go. Sung by Loverboy. Okay. I learned everything except for the intro, so I'm just going to go right to it. Everyone's watching to see what you will do. Everyone's looking at you. Oh. Everyone's wondering, will you come out piece of my heart? You oughta start from the start. You wanna be in the show? Come on, baby, let's go! Okay, here we go. Everyone's looking to see if it was you. Everyone wants you to come through. Everyone's hoping it'll all work out. Everyone's waiting, they're holding out. Everybody's working for the weekend. Everybody needs a new romance, yeah. Everybody's going off their deep ends. Everybody needs a second chance. Oh, you want a piece of my heart? You better start from the start. You want to be in the show? Come on, baby, let's go! That's sort of it, but not really. One more chorus, because I'm starting to get winded. You want a piece of my heart? You better start from the start. You want to be in the show? Come on, baby, let's go! Okay, everybody, I've rocked as hard as I can rock. I'm a little winded and I might have herniated a disc. Persitosis says, I always thought they meant that people were working on Saturday and Sunday, not working to get the weekend. Unless I'm wrong about being wrong. Wow. I always thought it was working on Saturday or Sunday, but you're right. More recently, I'm wondering because, and this is maybe a little bit conspiratorial, but the artist called The Weeknd is a Canadian artist. And Loverboy, at the moment anyway, is very much his subordinate. So it could be that the band Loverboy is now working for the artist named The Weeknd, and that's what the song is about. But then why would they have written that 40 years ago? I don't even know if The Weeknd... Computer, how old is The Weeknd?
The Weeknd is 35 years old.
Oh yeah, so that whole theory gets torpedoed in the water because The Weeknd wasn't even born yet. So what in the hell are they talking about? Working for The Weeknd? It would be they're working on the weekend, right? But that could be a double meaning too, because it'd be like we're working on the railroad kind of thing. Boner of a Lonely Fart says, you rock the fuck out of that. Thank you so much, Boner of a Lonely Fart. I really appreciate that. Dazzlecat says that it could be a prophecy, like before the weekend was born. You must have meant born, but you put before the weekend was bored. Or maybe you meant that he was bored. I'm getting bored. Okay. Let's get to work, guys. Oh, I didn't switch photos. Okay, but that's okay. Sigwaro Ooh, we're gonna use your awesome photo the next time that we do a kick-ass arena rock song. I love this. This is great. And one more time, shout out to It's Kate for this classic photo. Love this. This is really encouraging me to do some cool stuff. Infinite Radness. No, I've never heard that song by Bruce Springsteen. I like Bruce Springsteen. Working on the Highway sounds great. Is it about, because I had to work on the highway back when I got my DUI as part of a community service agreement. Dark Aegis says, I need to make a conscious effort to take a photo of just the stage next time I shoot a concert. Most of my stage photos have people on them, unfortunately. Yeah, that's why I'm very impressed with some of these pictures. It seems like that would be a tough thing to get. Orlando Trustful says, fun fact, guys and gals, weekend isn't how you spell that word, and bored also isn't how you spell that word, so we all win. Yeah, I think in a weird way, we really do all win. Parasitosis says, when are we getting a stream where you do all parts of Shine On Your Crazy Diamond? Let's do it. I think that is one that you requested. I'm going to have to go back and learn it. Speaking of parasitosis, this is going to be a great one too. This is for next time we do just sort of an acoustic, maybe a little bit of extra reverb. JV's Tech says, oh good, I didn't miss the whole entire thing. Hey, good to see you, JV's Tech. In fact, speaking of JV's Tech, we have an image here that was submitted to us by our very own, oh fuck. I got the message, but I didn't put the photo, so I'm gonna have to find it. Everybody talk amongst yourselves for just a brief sec. Apparently you recently had a visit rendered upon you by our very own Game Master Flash. So I'm downloading the pics right now. Wow, these are beautiful. Okay, I think I've just done it. Look at this. Absolutely incredible. This one's going in the archives for sure. And there's a message here. It says, as JV's text said, I sojourned out. Computer, what does sojourn mean?
As a noun, sojourn is usually defined as a temporary stay. As a verb, sojourn is usually defined as to stay for a time in a place, live temporarily.
Okay, so it's either a temporary stay or to stay temporarily. I sojourned out to meet him and Nico Tezo at the Southern American Mecca that is Buc-ee's. Holy shit, you guys went to Buc-ee's? You met at a Buc-ee's, of all the places. And I took these on the way back at some of the scenic overlooks on I-64 in Virginia. It was a lot of fun, and I'd do it again today if I wanted to, or if they wanted me to. Wow. This looks like a great place to just build a Buc-ee's right there. And it'd be great because everybody who looks at that view would be able to see it. Thanks, Master Cookie the Third. I'm going to leave the reverbus on just for a second because we want to have that effect for these canyon type or cliff type pics. Here's another variation. Incredible part of the country that you guys live in, and Michelle C. Everybody on the east coast of the United States. 64 in Virginia, nice. I have fond memories growing up and going over the Chesapeake Bay Bridge at gunpoint. Borsenvin says, you guys sure have trees, all right. Oh yeah, no, they have trees on that side of the country for sure, and in the Midwest as well. And then it gets a little sparse as you come out here out west. Well, thanks, Game Master Flash, for sending this, and good to see you, JV's Tech. Man, I'll bet you guys had a good time. I hope you had a chance to go hang at a bar and listen to some tunes. Parasitosis sends another one here. Is that a train station? Tuckahoe. It looks like you did some training. And by training, I'm not talking about physical training. I'm talking about getting on some trains. Game Master Flash says, I like to get halfway across that bridge and look at my passenger panicked and say, did you feel that? Oh, that's a great idea. I love that. Yeah, that bridge is perfect for doing that too. And then say something like, you know, I've probably driven across this bridge 1,000 times in my lifetime. I do it every day for work, but I have never heard a noise like that. It's always fun to fuck with your passengers. Oh, Nancy Droodles sends us a really nice pic. There's a lot of good pics this time around. This is a beautiful summertime pic. I'm loving this. Orlando Trustful says there's a town in England called Fingeringhove. What a bunch of dumbasses. No, I think it sounds like the opposite. It sounds like an excellent name for a town. M. Cariotti says, OMG. Is there really, or is that an urban myth? I was in 38 cities in the UK, and I would think that Fingeringhove would have been one of the first ones that we did a show in. Computer, is there a place called Fingeringhove, England?
I don't know that.
Okay, the jury is still out. I mean, Texas has a town called Ding Dong, says It's Kate. Yeah. And they also, in Kentucky, there's a place called Big Butt. It might be pronounced Butte. I'm not sure. Okay. Let's move on. There's just a couple more pictures here. Whoa, Pug Lady sends us this picture from Vegas. Staying at a friend's place in Vegas and saw this sight. Wow. Almost looks glow in the dark. Is that real? Did you put a black light on him or something? Holy shit. I think I'm going to be canceling any Vegas trips that I had anytime soon. JB's text says there's a full-size city in Nebraska named Omaha. Oh, that's hilarious. Really? I didn't know that. I don't know where they come up with these. Dark Ages says, I'm pretty sure there's a Big Bone Lick State Park in the U.S. Oh, maybe that's it. Yeah, I think I've driven through there. Dark Ages says, yeah, scorpions bioluminesce. That's how you spot them around your campsite. Not around my campsite because I don't camp. I'm from New York City. I'll hate them. Radioactive. Borsenben says, oh shit, radioactive stingy insect is a big nope for me. Yeah, well, they have them in Key West, Florida too. And I took a picture of one of them. And I'll be there mid-September at the Comedy Key West. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Oh yeah, we've got some more pictures. I know there was at least one more picture here. Oh yeah, Janie Mango sends us this picture. This is beautiful. So this is, did you say this was in Idaho? Can we, does anybody have access to the internet where you are? Anybody in the chat, if you have access to the internet or some type of a search engine, I'd be curious to know if this is near I-15, because it looks very familiar. Is that the Missouri River, and is it near I-15? Murphy, Idaho, Dark Ages says. Is Murphy, Idaho... Computer, does I-15 run through Murphy, Idaho?
Interstate 15 is located in Arizona, California, Idaho, Montana, Nevada, and Utah.
Ooh, very suspiciously avoided specifically answering the question. That's interesting. Dark Ages says, looks like the middle of nowhere on Google Maps. But does I-15 go through it? I really am curious, because this looks exactly like a place that I've gone through. Borsenvin says, Google tells me Interstate 15 is having internet connectivity problems. Interesting, okay. So if for some reason I think the government doesn't want us to know how to get there. Dark Ages says nearest road is 95. Couldn't possibly be. Isn't 95 the one that goes all up and down the East Coast? Delph 295 says, I don't see any bison. I guess bison. Biz on. Oh, biz on. The reverb is on. Oh, of course. Okay, let me take that off. Check. One. Sorry about that. I appreciate the coded language there. Oh, different 95. Okay, state road. There's no interstate anywhere close to Murphy. The closest is I-84. Well, this looks a lot like the road that I traveled up into Montana on Interstate 15. But maybe all of it looks a little bit like this. But that's okay. I'm sorry I got so stuck on this. I just was very, very taken by this picture. It's absolutely beautiful. All right, everybody. We've fucked around quite enough here. And we found out. Oh my God, where are my manners? I don't have my painting up. In fact, I don't know where my painting is. Let's put Bono up there. Bono doesn't like to stand up. How do we get Bono to stand up? Come on. Is that going to work? I think that's the best we can do. Bono is behind us. Borsenvin says, wait, Marilyn Manson was into that. Not Bono. Parasitosis, stand in the place where you live, now turn north. Yeah, absolutely. Can we get Bono to just stand in one place? Pancake King says, I think you could do the stream with or without Bono. With or without Bono. With or without Bono. I like it. Special K-Hole. What happened to the upside down picture? I don't know. I'm going to have to find it. I did a little bit of cleaning. And when you do cleaning, you're fucked. That's why I try not to clean, because you lose stuff. Okay, Sociopathogen says, if you get 2 Bonos, does it become Biterio? I think so. Okay, everybody. We got some work to do. First, let me go to our website here. Okay, so this is from a website called goaheadtouchit.com if you want to follow along. And this is a carrot cake smoothie bowl. Ariel Hopkins says, are you doing this stream pro bono? Yeah, I think Bono is definitely, I would call him a professional musician, I would say. All right, so this is the carrot cake smoothie from goaheadtouchit.com. Life. Why are you so blank? Parentheses, insert any adjective ever. Computer, give me a random adjective.
Wide, feathered, polite, and outrageous are all examples of adjectives.
Life. Why are you so feathered? I don't think any adjective works there. I didn't know we were doing Mad Libs, but here we go. And carrot cake smoothie bowl. Why are you so yummy? I mean, seriously, why and how? And by the way, this isn't me. I'm just reading it from the website here. This is nothing more than a few carrots, some pineapple, a disgusting, oh geez, splash of nutmeg and a splash of vanilla and handful of greens whirred up in a blender for a minute or two, and yet so much more. It's carrot cake in a healthy bowl form. It's vegetables. It's yourself feeling really awesome, sitting around on the couch watching your binge show of the month and getting your inner rock star glow on while eating carrot cake, topped with pistachios and toasted coconut, because that's how we do. And if you want to see a picture of what this is going to look like, that's not it. Hold on a second. Come on. You know, I don't know why I bother with this shit. Okay. We'll pull up a picture later. Anyway, this goes on for several days. So I'm just going to go right to the recipe. They really do have a lot of information tucked in before the recipe comes up. Okay, so you can hear me okay, you can see me okay. Let's just start by going over our ingredients here. We've got some almonds, some turmeric. I have my nutmeg balls that were gifted to me. Did these come from Nancy Drudels? They showed up as a gift, and please, I don't want to miscredit anybody, but I think Nancy Drudels sent these. Parasitosis says yes. Okay, great. And Nancy also gifted me this microplane, so we're going to be microplaning our balls in just a second. And then I also have, planing our micro balls. And then we have some vanilla extract and some chopped Tuscan kale. I wasn't able to get spinach, which is what the recipe calls for, but I think this is probably going to be fine. And finally, the star of our show are carrots. Oh, and we also have a little bit of these, I guess this is chia or flax. I always get chia and flax mixed up. And then I don't know if I mentioned the pineapple. But let's go ahead and start cutting up some shit here. We got to start prepping first and foremost. So I'm going to take out, and the way that you do this is you ask yourself, oh, JB's text says kale and spinach are exactly the same thing. Well, then why the different pronunciation, I wonder? Maybe one of them is French? Windhover says chia is the one you grow on a ceramic hedgehog. Okay. I'm going to take out probably as many carrots as I feel like having in one sitting. And we're going to put the rest of these away. Oh, God. Sorry, everybody. I forgot Bono was there, and I turned around and just kind of startled me a little bit. I got to remember that. Whew. That'll wake you up. You don't need coffee if you've got Bono just in your kitchen. Okay, so let's go ahead and cut these. Gonna need some type, you know what, I think I'll use the potato peeler for this. Let's start by rinsing these. And then let's basically just do a little shaving of the outside. Get some of that external stuff. Remember, when you're at the supermarket and you pick up vegetables, people all day long have been picking up that vegetable, and the reason it's there is because nobody bought it, right? So you're getting the rejected vegetable by default, the one that's got tons of hands all over it. So I like to get rid of every part of the outside of it, especially if you got that vegetable from the farmer's market, because the people at the farmer's market, let's just say that they do things differently. I think that's probably the right way to say it. I haven't worked too much with one of these potato peeler, and to be fair, this isn't a potato, it's a carrot, so there I have a couple of things going against me here. But, you know, that's called adversity. You have to work through a lot of adversity in the kitchen in order to get to what you want. I'm going to use the knife that's got the ridges for this. No particular reason. Just be careful. Okay. And I'm going to do the same thing with this. I know you guys have questions. I will be getting to them. Just want to do these carrots first. I know one of your questions is, well, what about all that edible material on the outside of the carrot? If I throw it away, am I wasting it? Well, there's a lot of things you can do. You can make crafts. Like this actually could be maybe hair for a little Halloween Chucky doll that you might be working on. Maybe a shrunken apple head with some fun orange hair coming out of it to scare the kids. Or maybe you could feed it to your plants. I'm not sure if animals... Computer, do animals eat carrots?
Carrots are considered safe for cows if given in moderation. However, you should always check with your veterinarian before feeding your pet any new foods.
Did she say cows? Like there's a lot of people with a pet cow? Sometimes I wonder about computer. Like maybe we're being bullshit here. Okay, and so then the last step here is I'm just going to go ahead and cut this. I don't want to accidentally combine. You know what? I'm going to throw all this shit away, because I don't want to accidentally get this in my smoothie. Bono might not be here throughout the whole stream. Okay, now we just want to cut these up into some amount that's small enough that our blender will ingest it. So with this type of knife, you really want to be careful to use a kind of back and forth sort of a motion. That's called the I think that's the Turkish method. Parasitosis says, oh fuck, we taking Bono to that special place in Utah. Yeah, the one where apparently it's not legal to take another person's life, but there aren't enough people in the population to allow for a jury of the minimum number of 12 persons. So it's a workaround. Okay, I'd say this is going pretty well if you ask me. Almost done here, and then only other order of business is we have to figure out how the fuck we're gonna deal with this thing. I haven't worked too much with this particular type of vegetable, but I think what you do is you start from the bottom and sort of extract the base and then cut out the midriff, and then I don't know if you discard this. I won't just yet. And then you'd have to cut around because you got a real nasty sort of a protective skin layer around this one. So any way that you cut it so that you get all of that stuff off of there is probably completely acceptable. Let's see how this tastes. Pretty good. All right, once again, I don't want to confuse my outer layering here. So I'm gonna throw this away. We're almost there, guys. Now we're just going to cut this into bits, similar to what we did with our carrots. And these don't have to be perfect. We're going to be putting them in the blender, so I don't know why I spent so much time with that. Okay, so now let's put this back in the fridge somewhere. That's going to be nice in case this all turns out to taste like shit. We can have just pineapple all by itself. Everyone type Forsen says, if I don't have a pineapple, can I use the grapefruit technique? Yeah, I think you probably could. I don't see any reason why you wouldn't. Let's check in with our alerts here. Jaeger Squad. Jaeger Squad, thanks very much for subscribing at the tier 1 level for 3 months. That's very kind of you. Orlando Trustful says, don't beat yourself off, Henry. You are just being thoughtful and making your blender's life easier. Thanks, Orlando Trustful. I think that's probably some words of wisdom. Numa Play says, yay, Henry. Yeah, yay. We're having a good time here. Okay, let's start. Oh, yeah, we have to grind up our nutmeg balls here. So I'm just going to take out one ball. That one's already been scraped. Let's get one that's fresh. There we go. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to scrape our microplane up against it while it's in the blender. So, okay, I'm just going to start working on this here. Now, I don't know if a lot of you have worked with a blender before, but they're pretty standard. You want to start by putting in your liquid. So we're going to have some milk. You could use yogurt or oat milk or soy milk or whatever. I'm just going to use a regular milk here, and I'm going to use this as sort of a lubricant, if you will. I'm not going to measure it because there's not really a perfect way to do this. Let's just put all of this into the blender. We're literally just going to start putting everything into the blender, and then we're going to blend it up. So I'm going to do a little bit more milk, sort of a layer, if you will, and then I'm going to put our carrots in there. And maybe a little bit of milk, just basically out of fear. And then let's start getting interesting here. Let's take out our nutmeg ball here and just start scraping it up against the microplane. Can you see if that's working? I think I probably got a lot of it. I don't know. It's hard to see. Oh God, yeah, there's a lot of it there. That's gonna be fine. Okay, let's put in some of our kale, which JV's text says is the same as spinach. I've never known that. Whoa! This stuff does not smell good. But you know what? If it doesn't smell good, that means it's healthy. Let's see if there's an expiration date on this. Best if used by August 24. Computer, what is the date today?
Today is Wednesday, August 20th, 2025 in Glendale.
Okay, so it's the 20th, so we've got plenty of time on this. Okay, Fondue Yourself says, kale never smells good. Okay, that's good to know. So why do people eat it, I wonder? I guess it's good for you. It's hard to believe that we were ever really attracted to that smell enough that we actually ate it as human beings. Okay, now I'm just going to put a tiny little bit of our other fun stuff in here. I've got a little bit of turmeric. I'm going to get maybe a pinch. Wow, that stuff's powdery. Very powdery. And some almonds. And also, well, I thought there was a couple more things. Maybe just a little bit more scraping of our nutmeg ball up against the microplane. And you got to be careful. This nut's a little bit busted. You want to try really hard not to bust your nut while you're doing this. M. Cariotti says, I'm drinking mushroom coffee now, but I'm not really enjoying it. Well, I don't blame you. It sounds like it's not very good to me, but what do I know? I made mushroom ketchup, and that came out delish. Oh, God. Okay, everybody, here we go. If you're just joining us, we're getting healthy here at Henry's Kitchen. Me and Bono, that I keep forgetting is there. And we're going to now make a smoothie. This is a great thing to do before you're doing any kind of working out. You could also fill this up with ice cream and then just skip the working out part and have a more fun day. Okay. Oh, I almost forgot. I knew I was forgetting something. Our vanilla extract. Oh, God. Who does this? Who puts some kind of covering over the whole of the vanilla? I'm going to put it in here so I don't overdo it. A little bit goes a long way when it comes to vanilla or any type of extract. Okay. Now we've got several different speeds. So off is the first speed, which is 0. And then we've got pulse, repulse, stir, chop, mix, puree, liquefy, and ice crush. Ice crush is the one you pull out if you're really, really having a hard time getting anything to grind up. So I'm going to put it on. And let's start by doing a little chop. Okay, we're going to have to go to a higher one because that's not really doing it. Let's do mix. The fuck was that? What's happening? I'm smelling something burning. It's too much of a waste of time. Okay, let's get I think we're done here, guys. This is a smoothie. It's going to be healthy for us. Let's go ahead and pour it into some type of a container. Why don't I use this beautiful, beautiful mug that was gifted to me by you, the users of Henry's Kitchen. It's a roast beef. It says, "You're my national treasure." It's incredible. Let's check in on our roast beef right now. He's got, he looks all snug as a bug in a rug in that stroller. And just chilling out. Life is good here for the moment. Let's see how our situation came out. Danger Room says, "I wish I could be that comfy again." Yeah, no, I watch cats sleep. Well, specifically this cat, and it's absolutely incredible to think that you could be that old. He's the equivalent of a 100-year-old man and then still be able to sleep like that. I would think that most 100-year-old men sleep probably like this. That's how I sleep. What the Duck says, "Hey Henry, it's me." Or is it me? Or is Bono standing upside down just like that old painting you used to have? It could just be me since it's 3 a.m. over here. Oh, maybe you're in, if you're on the other hemisphere, maybe some of that carrot smoothie would help with my eyesight. Thanks for cooking explaining for us as usual. What the Duck? I'm going to try it. I'm going to try to put Bono the other way. Hold on. Does that work? Danger Room says Bono is now Australian. Yep, I think that's how it works. Okay. All right, everybody. I'm feeling very good about this. Let's go ahead and pour our smoothie into our beautiful coffee mug. Whoa. I'm just going to say flat out, this looks like shit. But how will it taste? That's the question. I have a feeling the vanilla extract is probably going to do a lot. And we have a lot going for us here. Mostly we made it with love. There was a great chef, I think it was Guy Fier, who has a show about drive-ins and diners, who said that if you make food with love, you can't go wrong. You just have to make sure you don't make love with food. Or you could, I don't know. Here we go, guys. Pancake King says, I'm sure the kale will add some nice notes. Yeah, I think there will be some notes. Official Shitter says, my housemate's cat is biting my legs because I'm emptying the dishwasher instead of holding her right now. Yeah, cats can be really pissed off if you're doing anything other than paying attention to them. Everyone Type Force and says, how can I make love to a blender? Gosh, I'm not sure. Parasitosis says, I saw Guy Fieri had a restaurant on 42nd Street in New York City. I never saw a single person walk into that place. Yeah, it's probably true. New York City and 42nd Street, I can't imagine that would be a big Guy Fieri favorite. But I guess it is a little on the touristy side, so maybe. His show's very popular, and I've heard he's a nice guy. Chop Saw Charlie says, that looks like vomit. Okay, thank you. I can't really disagree. It does look a little bit like vomit. Especially this little bit that got, that felt like if I just didn't know that we were cooking, I would have thought that roast beef spit that up. But, you know, some foods are like that, but then sometimes they taste delicious. And that's what we're going to find out right now. Something's weird in there. I don't know what it is. Is it the kale, maybe? Did I put too much of that turmeric? What is... Computer, how much turmeric?
From Epicurious.com. Fresh turmeric is a lovely substitute for dried in this recipe. Use about 3 tablespoons coarsely chopped or grated.
Okay, so that's a lot. Let's see. Not good, guys. This is not good. This tastes like shit. Toke My Nuts says, no. Something went wrong. I think maybe putting the carrots and the kale might have been too much bitterness, and also I want to make sure you get some water handy here. Whoa, Game Master Flash. Hold on. That's just some water. That's nice. Game Master Flash says, holy crap, that thing looks revolting. Here, some cash for a brownie sundae as a chaser. Oh man, you're the best. Game Master Flash, very kind of you. I'm not worthy. I made this on my own volition. So I made my bed and I'm laying in it. This tastes like shit. I will use your $20 and I'll go to Bob's Big Boy in Toluca Lake, California, and I'm going to get one of those brownie ice cream sundaes that they have to get this taste out of my mouth. I don't like to waste food. I have 2 carrots in there and a bunch of kale. Really, that's the main part that I don't want to waste. I don't care about my balls. But I'm going to go ahead and just take another swig of this because I do know that it's healthy. But is there a thing where, computer, is it true that if you hold your nose while you drink that you don't taste anything?
Here's something I found on reference.com.
I might have to do
People who
that.
hold their noses experience a significant loss of taste, because about 3/4 of the sense of taste actually comes from the sense of smell. While the taste buds pick up sour, sweet, salty, and bitter flavors, food has odor molecules that dominate the sense of taste.
Hold on a sec. This is an old trick that I remember hearing about. I have a clothespin Oh, that's not going to work at all. I thought I saw them do this in the movies, but I guess not. Okay, I'm going to try to get some more of this. You got to remember to breathe through your mouth. I don't know how you have to be able to breathe through your mouth while you're swallowing. Don't try that. I almost asphyxiated. Whew. M. Cariotti says, Henry, I think you have a strong sense of taste due to your big head. Oh, no, your big brain, yeah. I do want to make it clear I have a big head, and the assumption is that the brain fills up the space inside the head and that hopefully you'd have a big brain. But I think what happens a lot of times is the brain fills up the space, but it's not necessarily more dense. So you don't have a bigger brain per se. You just have more water in your brain, I guess. Borsenvin calls it hypercephaly. Yeah. Cranial magnitude, I think they call it. I'm cranially endowed. Nah, this is shit. Oh my god. It's the turmeric, I think, because everything else was good. Or is it the kale? I don't know, but this tastes like shit. I'm done. I'm sorry. I don't think there's anything unhealthy in there, but I have many, many years of evolution telling me that I should not be drinking this. So I think I'm going to just sort of put it back in there. And we're going to just sort of say that that was a fail. That was not a good thing, whatever we just made there. It tasted like shit. It looked like shit. And I think I might just sort of maybe put it in a mason jar and give it to my neighbors or something. But I don't think I'll be eating that. Net Nomad says just heat it up and call it a soup. Yeah, but I don't know if that's gonna taste any better. All right. Well, let's do a little bit of our thank you song here because we have a lot of people to thank. And let's put the reverb on. Check. Test. We have reverb. I want to do a very special song that I do every time. And I don't think I did it the other night. Or I must have, because I usually do. But this is just a thank you to all of you, the users of Henry's Kitchen, the moderators that keep things going, you know, the folks that run the Discord, the technical advisors, the big name streamers, the tier 3 subscribers, the chimers inners, everybody. And I want to thank all of you. And the song is not completely inclusive, and there's many people who help that are not named in here, but I can't name everybody, but I could probably name more. So I'll work on that. But for now, I'm just going to go ahead and do this song to the tune of Roger Miller's great song. No, you know what? Let's do this to the Lovin' Spoonful's Summer in the City. I think we could probably do that. Thank you, everybody. Fucking Dingle Bob and Dom Beef, Hot Bear 1110, Do Dingle Dog Goggle, Dr. Flanges, Bakush, Shane, Yes, BLSB, Mochis, Nirvana, It's Cade, Kairosa, Bumble Vision, The LGX, Chef Reactions, Husky Boyle, Bill Larkin, Music in the Toilet. Yes Van Bonnie 2, Dazzle Capillary Little Quest and Borsavin, Kairos, Anella, Parasitosis, and don't forget Quanto. These nuts, Game Master Flash, Cat Food Taste Tester, Cheernex, Mochi Nirvana, Red Hot Hibachi, Ransom GR, Cassidy Tis, Michelle Happy Embry 225, Yarchasm, Nico, Teso, Michael Bublé 4422, and Passion Error. Midnight Faded, JSBX Fan, Cassidy Tis, Pool Boy, and 789, Dazzle Cat, Zodbane, and Toad My Nuts, and Saguaro Uber 555, Dinosaur JV's Tech, Sickly Boy, Beelzebub, Pen Lips 1, Caitlin's Kitchen, and ECT. Purple Donut filling its fruit, Turk, Tankard, and Orson Vin, Zodiac Tone Garrett, UCA, SMR, Lurk Bowl, Shandis, Nova Clarion, Mr. Gooseberry BT. Don't forget Quanto and everybody else. Thanks so much, everybody. Well, it wouldn't be a complete stream if we didn't play just a little bit of our game. I'm going to start up our game that we've been playing, Heavy Rain. I have no idea where we're about to go with this thing. But let's start her up. Let's take off the reverb is on. See if we have any more alerts here. Thanks again, Game Master Flash, for that ice cream sundae. That's going to be delicious. I'm going to go to Bob's Big Boy in Toluca Lake and enjoy me something to kill the pain of whatever that was that I just had. Sometimes this thing craps out on me. Oh, reverb. Change that. Okay, the game is starting. But there's always a little bit of a problem. So we need desktop audio on. Done. Now, can I just push continue? Load. Okay, how we doing? I've got two mugs in front of me. I've got one that's got that shit in it and then one that's got water. I'm gonna refill the water. And let's hope I don't get the wrong one.
This is Lieutenant Blake, Mr. Marsh. Could you please tell him what happened?
It was this afternoon.
We're backtracking just a
with my
little
son
bit
Sean.
here. That's all right.
We played together for a while, and then he wanted to go on the carousel, so I put him on one of the wooden horses, and when I turned back, Sean had disappeared.
Exactly what time did you arrive at the park? Try to remember exactly, Mr. Mars. Every detail can be important.
It must have been about... 4:15. Yeah, that's it, 4:15. I remember exactly because I looked at the clock in the park when we arrived.
What was your son wearing when he disappeared?
He was wearing a coat. A green coat.
Oh, beige vest and green pants?
Black pants.
How could Sean have disappeared without you even noticing? Weren't you right by the carousel?
You see, I have these blackouts.
I went for a short walk around the park just for a few minutes. When I got back, the carousel had stopped and Sean wasn't there.
You say you took your son to the park after school, but you didn't report him missing until 8:15. Why did it take you so long to contact the police?
I don't know. I panicked. I didn't know what to do.
All right. That's all the questions I have for now. You're free to go, Mr. Mars. We'll
Oh,
continue
yeah.
to look for Sean overnight. We'll contact you if we have any more questions.
You did great.
Do you think the origami killer...
Listen, your son's probably just run off and he'll turn up in a couple hours.
That's
Well, what
right,
if it is the
Parasitosis.
origami
I don't
killer?
think they'd do anything until it's been, I think, the
Well,
first
then we have about 4 days to find him alive.
24 hours. The first 48.
Did they find something?
No, nothing yet, but they're gonna keep looking through the night.
Is this the second?
Do they think it's the origami killer?
Is this the wife?
It's still too early to say, but it is a possibility.
It's the second kid you've killed.
What happened, Ethan? How could you lose Sean like that? You should never have taken your eyes off him. I mean, for God's sake, how hard is it to keep your eye on a child in the park? Why did you leave him, Ethan? Why? Wasn't it enough losing Jason?
That's not fair. I mean, technically, you're right.
Sorry. It's not what I meant to say. I miss him so much.
Babe, they're gonna find the body. Don't worry. The police said they'd find the body within the first 48 hours. We'll have more kids. It'll be like the whole thing never happened. I'm just trying to think of things that he could say if he were a good father. Hold left click and unfold the movement slowly with the mouse. Hold left click. Hank Schrader, yeah, I think so. Same guy from Detroit Became Human. Uh-oh, this guy's gonna find something. Parasitosis just says just find a kid that looks like Sean. Paint his hair if you need to. Yeah, that always works in the with domesticated pets. In sitcoms, anyway. Mauricio Mara says, is this scary game? Yeah, it is a little on the scary side. I don't know if I should warn people, but it is a little bit scary.
Good evening. Good evening to you,
But
sir.
we're trying to take the edge off of the scary part by being a little bit making frivolous comments.
Can I help you, sir?
Well, I hope so. My name's Scott Shelby. I'm a private detective. I'm investigating the case of the origami killer. I'd like to ask you a few questions.
My son is dead, Mr. Shelby. I have nothing more to say.
You and everybody else in this town.
I also lost someone I loved. I know what you're feeling.
Then you will understand.
My
But
grand
I do not wish to talk about it.
You may know something that could help save other people's lives.
I was unable to save the life of my own son. I do not see how I could save the lives of other people.
That's what I'm trying to do here. You selfish fuck.
You sell inhalers? I'm all out, and at least I won't go away completely empty-handed.
In the back of the store, to the right.
Thanks.
Wait, do I want to... What is that? Something in the window? What? I don't understand, guys. What am I supposed to do here? Oh, there's a guy.
Goddamn asthma. Can't breathe when it rains.
Oh, he's in bad shape because the game's called Heavy Rain. He needs to play a game called Lots of Sunshine.
Good evening, sir. Are you looking for something in particular?
Give me what you got in the register. Don't fucking try anything. Open the register, you dumb fuck.
Oh no,
Put the
I'm
money
gonna
on
have
the counter.
to do some gaming now.
Shit, are you deaf or what? Are you gonna open that fucking register or not?
No, sir. You do not have the right to steal that money from me. I have worked very hard.
Oh yeah,
to
that
earn
always
it.
works.
You cannot have it.
What did you say? You're out of your fucking mind, man. You don't get it, do you? I'm gonna put a fucking bullet right between your eyes if you don't do what I say now.
You shall not be robbing my register, sir. That money is mine. I ask you now to leave before it is too late.
Christ, goddamn idiot! Open the register. Don't make me fucking kill you.
No, sir. That I cannot do.
I'll waste you, man. I ain't joking. I swear to God, man, I'll blow your fucking brains out.
I don't know how to do this, guys. What am I supposed to do?
Fuck! Fuck! The goddamn thing is locked. Hey, you! Come here! I said come here now!
No, I'm here to help you. I need some money too.
Hands up! Put your fucking hands up or I'll shoot!
I was trained to do this in the Force.
So what are you gonna do? Someone could walk in the store any minute and sound the alarm. You haven't got a chance of getting out of this.
The first guy to walk in here gets a... Are you deaf? I said put your hands up! I'm warning you! I'll shoot!
Look, it's not worth it. Put the gun down and just walk away.
You giving me advice? I'll give you some fucking advice.
I think you're making the biggest mistake of you.
If you don't raise your fucking hands right now, you're dead. I'm not joking, man. I'll blow your fucking brains out.
I gotta leave the hands up the whole time with my mouse? Okay.
Hey, what are you gonna do? Shoot me? Is that it? You think you can get away with it? You kill me and it's a one-way ticket to the electric chair.
I ain't afraid of you, mister. You're forgetting who's holding the gun.
My name's Scott. What about you? What's your name?
Andrew. My name's Andrew.
Let's go out for a drink.
Do you have anyone you care for in your life? A girlfriend, maybe? A family?
Yeah. A little girl.
Not anymore.
I got a little girl. Her name's Jessica.
What would Jessica think if she saw you here? Ask yourself, what would happen to her if things go wrong?
Nice try. For a second there, you almost had me believing all your shit. And now, give me the money. I'm gonna count to 3. 1, 2...
Thousand thank you, sir. I don't know what would have happened.
Thanks, guys.
If you had not been here.
At least I didn't come by for nothing. Have a nice day.
Something tells
When
me
my
he's
boy,
gonna get the gun.
Reza, disappeared, I received a letter with a locker ticket inside. Inside the locker, I found this box. I do not understand what it means, but I think it must be a sort of message from the man who took my son from me.
Can I?
Okay, this has been bothering me here, because I do this. Okay, then sometimes there's another one, but I'm holding the other one down.
Please, take the box if it can be of any use to you at all. It did not help me to save Reza, but maybe it will help you find the other little boy.
Oh yeah, why would I find it useful that you gave me a piece of origami while we're working for the origami killer?
I was beginning to think that there was no good to be found in this place. I can see now that I was wrong.
Now what do we do with this guy? That's just a weird ending right there. Yeah, call the cops, right? Parasitosis. I like the reminders. You're right, Borsenpin. Bad writing. Oh, is this Poltergeist? Pancake King has a good idea. First, make a list of everyone who can fold paper. That's good, and that'll narrow it down. $145. My God. And then narrow down subjects who can fold it multiple times. You're right, Pancake King. Now you've got your man. No joke, Pancake King, when I was at Roguelike Tavern in Burbank last month, one of the fans who came up and bought an apron gave me a folded up piece of origami, and I still have it. You're right, Borsenpin. She's very Barbie doll-like. Game Master Flash, my girlfriends have never walked around the house with that much hip action. Yeah, she's definitely, she knows somebody's watching. No, I'm just kidding. Nancy Drusels says, Charlie Manson sent people black origami scorpions from prison. You know, as long as he was in prison, that would be a cool thing to get. Make some coffee. I don't know why it turns red. I guess I do it wrong. Holy crap, awesome says this is all very exciting. Yeah, it is. I'm kind of hoping it moves into some sort of a plot. Sit down at the computer. Trying to get to the computer, guys. Oh, is she the one who was up in the window when that guy was looking out from the liquor store? Borsonvin, you're right. That kid is definitely dead by now. You know, there's a lot of this stuff in this game here where we don't really know what to do. She gets tired every time she... Here, I'll sit in that chair. Desolate Reality says, Henry, do you have any tips on how I can make my ass look that good? You're talking about the person in the video game? I think you want to do your work the glutes. I'll hate him says the longer the kid has disappeared, the easier the police can find him, I think. Yeah, that is a good tip. Okay. Okay, game. Where are we going with this? What's happening? In case anybody was wondering what ladies do when they're all by themselves in their apartment, this is probably a pretty good rendition. Do some stairs exercises. I honestly don't know what to do. Does anybody have any advice? Oh, I left the fridge open? Or was the fridge... Did I not leave it open? Uh-oh. That's weird. Pretty sure I closed that. Uh-oh. That gave me a jolt for sure. I got scared.
There's someone here. There's someone in the apartment. The phone on the desk. I could call for help. The front door. It's the only way out. If I can reach it, I still have a chance.
Oh no, I gotta do it? Sorry guys, my bad. There we go. That's all me, guys. He's pretty well trained. There's two of them? Very difficult. I'm getting carpal tunnel syndrome. I think I'm losing. Fuck. There you go. I'm ready for this part to be over. Lock it. Oh, there's another guy in there. It was all a dream. So I just wasted all my fingers and gave myself carpal tunnel for a dream. Okay, everybody, I think that was just a commercial. Fondue yourself. Amazing that you dreamed of just wandering around for 20 minutes. I actually do dream of that. Dark Ages says, but you kick their dream asses until the planned end. Yeah. All right, I think we're going to leave it at that. I think we've done some good work here today. We've done some bad work also. So let's go ahead and leave this. Back to the main menu. That's always a terrifying message. But I think I'm finally onto them. That's the scariest part of the game, is that I might have to repeat some of it. That was fun though. I actually enjoyed that. Yeah, parasitosis, it was a Saint Elsewhere ass ending. With an emphasis on the ass. Holy crap, awesome. If you had died before the end of that sequence, you would have died for real. Yeah, that's what they say, if you die in your dream. Well, everybody, from Upside Down Bono, and myself here at Henry's Kitchen and Roast Beef, we all want to say thanks for joining us. This was fun. I'm just going to put this in some mason jars and hand it out to the neighbors. Maybe they'll like it, but I'll do it anonymously just in case they don't like it. All right, everybody. I hope you had a good time. I enjoyed hanging out and chatting with you, and I hope everybody else did too. let's try to have a good rest of the week. And I'll see you on Sunday at noon Pacific time. And what other announcements? Be sure and check out the TikTok. It's Kate. Can we get another link to the TikTok? There's a Henry's Kitchen TikTok that's got all the clips from Twitch here, and it's a lot of fun. There it is. And it'd be great if everybody could follow it. And there's also a couple of guys on Instagram that I just reposted. I've never... What? It's Kate said there's a clip that's got 4.2 million views. That's insane. Thank you so much. That's incredible. So there's a couple guys that are going through every recipe in the Henry's Kitchen cookbook series and making them and videotaping their results. Or filming. What do you call it when they're videoing, I guess. And I retweeted it on my Instagram, but I don't know how that works. I think there's a feature where you can repost it. So check it out. It's on Henlips, the Instagram. Okay, everybody. I hope you had a good time. I'm going to go ahead and clean up all this shit. And can't wait to see you Sunday at noon Pacific time. Thanks, everyone, and I hope you're having a great week.